so that should do it. Actually, one more thing here. One more little thing. Oh boy, I don't know if that was in the right spot. I didn't do it what I wanted. All right. Yeah, I've almost got it ready here for you. All right, here we go. All right, so this is kind of like the one that you're given, except different numbers, different, everything. Do you want me to ask you the same questions, like to find the zeros? Which I think is probably going to be standard, but do you also like, for example, increasing, decreasing, less than zero? Should we just do everything for this one, or do you want to
Yeah.
just, okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you find the zeros and the multiplicity? And you can, if you want, just go right to factored form. That would be okay too. So take a minute, a couple minutes here to figure that out, unless you need my help here, but you're going to graph it to find those. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you got questions, please ask, but I feel like this is more of a just, hey, go and see if you can figure it out at this point. Hey Karthik, how's it going on finding the zeros in the factored form?
Uh, trying to find the zeros. Trying to find the right one.
Any questions that I mean for me or any, you want to check any of your answers?
No, still working on it.
Okay, let me know when you got them up.
For the zeros, I got x equals -1, 2, and 3.
Okay, what about multiplicity of each of those? Like, does it touch or cross? What
Negative
do you think?
1 is a multiplicity of 2. Negative, or 2 is the multiplicity of 2. And 3 is just a multiplicity of 1, so just 3.
Right. And how about factored form? Can you tell me that now, just based on what you
So
said?
that would be x plus 1 squared, x minus 1 squared.
No, no, you said X minus one. I don't think you meant that.
Oh,
Because the
no, okay,
minus one,
fine.
yeah,
Yeah. X plus 1, x minus 2 squared, and x minus 3. Just, yeah, x minus like that.
Anyth-
And then,
Any
yeah.
anything else? Anything else?
Oh, yeah, you should put the negative in front
Yeah,
of, yes, the
this is a
coefficient.
small thing, but I mean, it changes everything in your graph. Okay, very good. So the next things that you could be asked to do on this, I think the graph is pretty critical that you can do a quick sketch of. I mean, I know you have it on your calculator. One of the things you probably want to do as you're graphing it is to label any relative maxes or mins as well, um, and y-intercepts. So I know you've got it on your screen there, but it's probably good to practice making a quick sketch of this, as well as finding the maxes and the mins.
Got it.
So you want to try that, and then we'll compare notes here in a moment. And round to whatever you normally round to in class. If it's one decimal place or two, that's fine.
All right. So I got maximum but both relative maximums. One at 2.7 comma 2, and then 0.295 comma 0.295 comma 2.18, and then or yeah, then
Now, what about this point right here? What is that?
-1 comma 0
But what's another name for it?
relative minimum.
Yes, exactly. Like just because it's a zero can also be a relative min, relative max,
Got it. So yeah, because then again, 2 comma 0 is also another
right?
relative.
Are there any absolute mins or absolute maxes?
No, because it goes up and down in both
Very good.
directions. So, and the
Okay.
y-intercept is y equals 12, which is there, but yeah.
What's the coordinates of the y-intercept?
Uh,
Zero.
yeah, 0 comma 12.
Okay. So really good. The only, feedback I would give you is maybe the time that it took you to do that. That's maybe the only thing that's gonna, hinder you. I mean, you know that already heading into these exams. Okay, so I want to hear where f of x is greater than zero, that interval, and then I want the interval for f of x less than or equal to zero. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me check that. This is probably what your teacher would do. That one, and then less than zero. Let's do that one.
Greater than or equal to 0. All right, so be greater than or equal to 0 from -infinity to 3, including 3.
Okay.
And then it'd be less than 0 from 3 to positive infinity, not including either one.
Right. So infinities always get parentheses. Um, I, if I asked you where f of x was just greater than zero, there's a lot more, issues. There's to -1, -1 to 2, and then 2 to 3, right? It depends on, whether it's greater than or equal to or just greater than. So good, really good. The more difficult one is the increasing and decreasing. Can I give that a try, please?
She did say that she wants us to use union whenever we're doing increasing and decreasing, but any other time use comma between
Yeah, do whatever
those.
she wants, like
Yeah, so
whether I
this,
agree or
yeah, she just,
disagree.
I just noticed her saying that during the review today, so probably gonna have to do it tomorrow during the test. So yeah, so increasing is the Right, so it's increasing from -1 to 0.295, and then union 2 comma 2.7,
Good.
and then it's decreasing from negative infinity to -1, and then 0.295 to 2, and then 3 to positive infinity.
2.7 for that last one, not three. It's it's whenever it starts going down, that's when it starts decreasing. Should be 2.7 for that last interval. The other thing is that these are always open intervals. They're always with parentheses, whereas the other one could be one or the other. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So let's look at the next type of problem you were asking here. Let me just grab this. All right, so let me draw something here. Okay, so we're gonna call this f of x. And then you asked for kind of a second function as well that you want to do them where they overlap, or you just want to look at one. And we already did the one with one function, so I guess we do need to do the second. Okay, let's do. Let's do let's call that g of x there. So let's do and I'm just I'm picking these sort of randomly where I'm not thinking that much about whether they work out nicely. So, but let me just see if I can find one where f of x is greater than 0 and g of x is decreasing. Is that clear what I'm asking for there?
Yeah. G of x is decreasing negative six, negative two, one, negative. All right, I got it finally.
Okay.
Um,
Tell me the intervals here.
negative six comma negative two, negative six to negative two, and eight to positive infinity.
That is correct. Yeah. So again, the only sort of feedback I'll give, it's not to be critical, it's just the time. I don't know if there's a way to speed that up, or if like when I tell you this, when I say, okay, where is g of x less than zero and f of x increasing, maybe you have a faster way of doing that now, but I'd like you to try that one if you don't mind.
All right, yeah,
And I'm not pushing you to go faster. I'm just letting you know, like we know from experience, that's one of the things that's really
yeah, yeah.
and you know, and it's not always going to be that way. I mean, in real life, you don't, you're not under a time crunch always for everything you do. So give that a try, please.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, like, EFX is 0, must be 0, negative 20%, f of x increases if 2. I do have a question. If
Yep.
it, like, if from 4 to 8, would that be counted as a separate increase? Or from
For
4 to
which, for,
positive infinity for f of
so
x?
So from four, f of x is increasing from 4 to infinity.
Okay, so if it's a point along that increase, then it wouldn't be counted as a new increase point.
No, no.
Okay, got it. Two. All right, I got it. From -6 to -2 and from -8 to infinity.
I'm sorry, -6 to -2, and then you said 8 to infinity?
Yeah, yeah, 8 to infinity. Yeah.
Okay, so g of x is less than 0. Okay. F of x is not increasing. Oh, you said -6. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That one is good. Sorry, I misunderstood. My own fault. Um, Now from 8 to infinity, it's the same thing. Yeah. Okay. Um, I mean, I can certainly make another one up, but like, I mean, that's the kind of question you're gonna get. So the only other thing it asked for was like relative mins and maxes of each. But we got 10 minutes here. What else would you like us to work on tonight, or what else would be useful to help you? Because we got probably got time to do one more kind of full problem if you want.
Wait for a second. I think we should go over. I think it was 152 in the review, so let me quickly slip that in. This one only because the zeros, when I got it, it didn't quite add up to the polynomial. So, and she had done like some synthetic division or something like that to find it, so I was kind of confused on that one.
Okay, let me take a look here. All right, do you want us to do one like this, or you want me to make up one up similar? And this is a by
Um,
hand problem.
we are allowed to use a calculator on this problem. The only
That's
thing I
fine
think,
then.
yeah, I think the thing that I got is I got x equals zero as one of the zeros,
Yeah.
and
So
yeah, that,
I actually think it's better to factor these first. I would actually do B first. And the reason is you can see so much. You can see the zeros from part B as well. So there's 3 zeros. There's always that many zeros, real zeros. I guess you'll see that in the next unit. Um, maybe. Okay, so like yeah, I mean that's at 0. You got one at 2 and -2. And then you just have to find the NB here. But like you said, you're allowed to graph it, so you know whatnot. But it's comes down, right? It's no, sorry. It comes down, crosses, comes up, crosses, something like that, maybe. But then you're just doing the same thing we've been doing. Um, you got a max and a min. Your increasing and decreasing come from the max and the min. Um, that quiz question you showed me, I'll just sort of make a comment on that. Finding the windows, that might be worth a little bit of time to
yeah,
refresh on.
because usually right now, like I first try it with like the regular default window, -10 to 10 with like the scale of 1 on both the axes. And if that doesn't work, I kind of just go up to like -100 to 100 with the scale of 10
Yeah.
and go up like that, which usually ends up working for the x-axis around like 100 because that's usually most the graphs I've been doing have been fitting inside that. And then of course if it's a smaller graph, then you like zoom in more. So yeah, probably that's probably where it's might be practicing or something like that. I usually I might want to practice today to kind of get a little bit better at. Uh,
So and how the teacher did that is she picked roots like x minus 1.415, x minus 1.436. She picked them really, really close together, and then she had one at like x minus 2 squared. And so that was really tough, or maybe a plus 2. Just to practice sort of zooming in on those, that could be a way to, yeah, like even if you know the answer, that's okay. You're just trying to get comfortable moving the window around.
got it. I think the only reason I slipped up on this one is because on this review on that question when I first did it is because I didn't realize that the zero meant that you had to take out the x and do that whole thing instead of doing it the same way you said. And that's why I kind of got tripped up when I put that down the question. Anyways, now I kind of get it. I have to just like find the factoring it first would be easier than just going ahead and find the zeros first.
All right. So what else you want to talk about, or what other things you got questions on?
Um,
Let me check. I know you sent me the review in my downloads here. Let me go see if I can
yeah.
look for that. If you
Mm,
saw how many downloads I have, you would all the student stuff people send over. Oh yeah, that was from the review. We did 3 already. We did 4 last week. 5, you wanted to do some like, yeah, like that problem number 8 is good. Make sure you do. I mean, if you haven't done those, how about 10, at 10 and 11? Have you set those up?
Number 10 and 11, let me pull up that roof.
I mean, we don't have time to do it, but we can like set them up really, really quick, or at least the picture. So you know what, I mean, do you have the
Yeah.
solutions to these or not?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I think I do.
Okay, so I mean, this is ends up being 50 minus 2x. The other one is 40 minus 2x, and the volume is x times 40 minus 2x, 50
Yeah, I think
minus
that's one thing
2x.
that I kind of got stuck on when I was doing over the weekend. But then I only finally ended up looking back at her notes and stuff like that, and ended up seeing that you had to calculate the maximum of the graph to get the maximum volume here. Then that would be x, and then you have to plug in an x into the equation.
Yeah, so this is a pool. They give you the volume. That's nice. They tell you the depth is the variable. So the length is 45 more feet than the depth, and the width is 6 more feet than the depth. So the volume is like that. And then they give you the volume, and you find the intersection of those. I don't know what the curve looks like. Maybe it looks like that, and you find the intersection there. Doesn't look like that. Sorry. It looks does something like that. But okay, we are basically out of time, so we're gonna stop right here.